So welcome to my channel. This is a new adventure for me. Many friends and colleagues have asked about my experience with motherhood and bringing up my son, as well as pregnancy and delivery and postpartum. And I have apparently a very unique viewpoint on all of it. So this is what this channel is all about, is sharing my experience. And I'm not here to invalidate anyone else's, but to share what has worked for us, what we're doing, and how we're incorporating into our lives. My take on life is minimalism, health first, nature, being outside, and fulfillment and happiness and joy. So that's what I'm bringing to this channel and sharing all my experiences around it. And while we are often told that motherhood is difficult and isolating, and during these times of our current world, I do agree, but I think it's not as difficult as we make it out to be. I think we can have a balance between catering to our little humans, but also nourishing and taking care of ourselves as well. So I'll be sharing all of that. Here's my very first video, and I'm talking about my reaction to finding out that we are pregnant. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, please like and subscribe to my channel and keep you posted on future updates. So Zach comes home from CVS with the pregnancy test. He's fidgeting in the kitchen, and I'm wondering what the hell is taking him so long, per usual. He walks into the bedroom with a shot of whiskey. One, where the hell did you find the whiskey in this house? And two, what? So I take the pregnancy test into the bathroom and you pee on it, and I put it on the floor and I wait. Don't really know what to do with myself, so I just sit there. Two lines start appearing and they're getting darker. Fuck. Tell Zach to go look at the stick on the floor, and I'm pretty sure his eyes just widen and his jaw drops. What does that mean? What do the two lines mean? Does that mean you're pregnant? Tell me, what does it mean? I was like, yeah. I'm pretty sure that means we're pregnant. We both sit down on the bed. At some point, he takes a shot of whiskey. So we don't really say much to each other. We're kind of just in like complete and utter shock. Like this happened. I think part of Zach is upset that it only took one cycle and then he doesn't get to have his like these months of like extravagant sex. Sorry to disappoint you. Also educate myself on menstruation cycle. So I'm well aware of the cues there are when you're ovulating. I feel like I tread very lightly around that period of time, that cycle. Like, I kind of try to avoid it. Towards like the end of it, I was like, okay, like we're in the clear. Like it like died off. Because basically, if you want to know, it's like your discharge will get like a little milky and it'll become like kind of excessive. That's kind of your body telling you you're ovulating. So basically, you know, you might be a little horny. You also, it's your body's way of preparing yourself for easy penetration, basically. Our bodies are amazing. So I went on the tail end of it. Like, I thought it was like, you know, I thought I stopped ovulating. Damn, I tried to ring it, I couldn't even do it. So we were pregnant. We didn't tell anyone for at least a week. And I think the only reason we told our parents like a week or so later is because a friend had kind of like figured it out, like just based on my behaviors. Like I wasn't drinking in a party. So we felt we should tell our parents, just like, hey, you should be the first ones to know. My mom was pissed, I didn't tell her immediately. That kind of played in for the rest of my pregnancy. I didn't really want to tell anyone I was pregnant. My mind, although we had consciously decided to start trying, I still had these roadblocks, you know? Like, was I gonna be a good parent? Like, could I do this? What was our life gonna be? Like, can we do all the things? Like, are we even capable of having a child? Like, can we slow down? Like, how's it gonna fit in? Like, do we have enough money? Like, do we even know how to raise a child? Like, what do you do? So I'm having little mini freakouts, basically internally and privately. I'm not really just telling anyone. Zach's not saying much. He knew that I wasn't like crazy happy about it. I think he was getting more and more excited as it went on, but kind of like, I don't know, low key. I wear loose fitting clothes, so it wasn't obvious that I was pregnant until maybe like 6 or 7 months in. And that's really only if you saw me at work, the gym, maybe sooner. And I had to tell the gym because I had to scale back on my CrossFit workouts and modified movements. But if you saw me anywhere else, so month 6 was what, like January or something? So it was dead of winter here in the Northeast. So I was wearing jackets, scarves, like it wasn't obvious I was pregnant. You couldn't tell if you saw me out. I remember one of the vendors at the farmer's market, when my mom told her I was pregnant, she was like in complete utter shock that I didn't tell her. I mean, she only ever saw me in like a puffy jacket, so there was no way. And I wasn't telling people. I wasn't like shooting from the rooftops. I was pregnant, and then I was so happy, and no, that wasn't me. It isn't me. I'm not. I didn't want to talk about it because I wasn't giddy and excited and doing all the things to prepare. It was a struggle, to be honest. I had a really tough time with self-identity, who I was going to be. You know, for 32 years, I was Marissa. For the past 10 years, I had a career as an auditor. I was successful. I was a hard worker. I got shit done. I was an athlete. I ran half marathons. I did triathlons. I CrossFit. I ran. I hiked. I did all these things. And I went back to school to become a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and trying to start a business. And I cook all of our meals. And I take care of our dog. And we're in a house renovation. How are we supposed to bring a baby into a house renovation? It's a mess, guys. Maybe one day I'll do a tour. So yeah, things weren't unicorns and rainbows over here when we found out. It was a internal struggle for a while. What was I going to do? Was I capable of doing it? Could I love a little human being? I know that's harsh, but it was the truth. Like, could I open my heart for another? It's just terrifying. You know, you're responsible for this I don't like the term helpless, but you know, they can't do anything. They rely on you for everything. I'm extremely independent. So is my husband. We are both introverts. We like our alone time. We like to do things together, but also like to do things separately. And that's honestly how we recharge. So with a child, is that even possible? Was I going to be able to do all the things I wanted to accomplish in my life? Was I going to be able to get my nutrition business off the ground? Would I have the time? Would I still be able to do all the education and trainings that I want to do because I finally found my passion in life? There was a lot of doubt, a lot of questions. And I didn't want to talk all pregnancy, all baby, all the time with anyone and everyone, especially strangers. I also, I know most people are super excited to start a family and it's been their dream and it's gonna make everything in the world so much better. I mean, don't get me wrong. Today, I would say yes, like that little one has definitely made our life brighter. But then, I just didn't see how that was possible. Like, fuck, I'm adult. I mean, I know I'm in my mid-30s, but that's still scary to admit. Like, I am an adult. No one's gonna take care of me. I now have to take care of someone who relies on me. I need to care for their well-being, their mindset, their development. All of it. It's a lot. And I really didn't think I could do it. I really did not think I could get pregnant. And after a lot of self-reflection and working through all my blocks, I realized that getting pregnant was a sign from the universe that I could do anything. And I know that's cheesy, but when you literally had set in your mind you could not get pregnant, and in a way you kind of built up these walls in order to protect yourself from getting hurt. Because by telling myself I couldn't get pregnant and not even trying, we didn't confirm that we couldn't get pregnant, and therefore didn't have to go through all the trial and tribulations that some couples do go through. You know, the heartache of not being able to get pregnant, one of you having some sort of underlying condition that prevents it or makes the possibility like minuscule. In a way, the storyline I created was protecting myself from heartache and potentially finding out something was broken. And I think, and I'm sure one day I'll go through it, but my journey to manage my stress and to really come into my own and find my passion and follow it, and getting pregnant almost brought that into full circle, where the universe is telling me you can do anything that you want as long as you put your mind to it and put that intention out there. So I need to get out of my way. So that brings us to this channel and my first video. About 8 months ago, I was really close to starting, like officially starting that process. The business plan was almost done, like 98% done, and then pandemic. And I don't think this world today is ready for in-person connection, so here we are. We're going virtual because I would love to find a community of like-minded individuals, and I am here to share my positive alternative experience with motherhood and all the things around it that are based on holistic well-being and nutrition, as well as minimalism and the fact that I literally question everything. I hope that you enjoyed this story. I hope it resonated with some of you. I'm sure most of you out there were thrilled about getting pregnant and could not wait. But maybe you have a friend that wasn't too crazy about the idea that they were actually pregnant or were doubting themselves. If that's the case, send them this video and maybe they can feel less different, alone. And that's the point of this whole thing. Not all of us are the same. There are multiple ways to do things and multiple ways to get to the same end result. So share this video, subscribe if you want to hear more. I will share weekly videos on just everything: motherhood, toddler life, experiences, the real of it, and my intuition and my research, and just different ways of going about everyday things that maybe your friends aren't talking about.